We got the grabber over here from the Black Phone, which is a horror movie. Don't steal me. What's up guys, I'm the East Coaster fan and I am here at Universal Studios Florida for my first ever Halloween Horror Nights. I'm so excited to be here. I've always wanted to go to this event since I was a kid, but like once I started doing more and more Halloween events, the urge to attend a Halloween Horror Nights grew very strong. And today's the day I'm finally gonna experience it. I'm actually in the park already because I'm doing the Stay and Scream, which was a little bit of an upcharge, which allowed you to enter the park around 3 o'clock or so. So I was able to hit a few rides on things in the park, and now it's time to get ready for Halloween Horror Nights. So the event itself is not actually starting until around 6:30 or so, but there's a huge group of people over there waiting, and I guess I'm being a part of them now. But I think what they're doing is they're actually just towards the front because they want to rush to like Insidious, and I think A Quiet Place is over there. But really the entirety of the New York section is open. So something I'm definitely gonna have to get used to in regards to HHN are the crowds. So here they have the holding area for Insidious and Ghostbusters. That's where I am. To the left is the holding area for, I believe, A Quiet Place. If you couldn't tell already, I'm pretty much going in blind. I haven't seen any of the houses this year, any of the scare zones. The second I knew I was coming, I was trying to stay as unspoiled as I possibly could be. So now I'm just sitting, waiting for the houses to open and them to clear the park. Might take a while. Okay, 5 minutes to 5 o'clock and we're moving, presumably to the queue of our choice. So where we're positioned, it's either Insidious or Ghostbusters. And I think I'm gonna do Insidious first. Yeah, so it looks like Insidious is gonna be my first ever Halloween Horror Nights maze. We're heading backstage, so might get some unique angles over here of Rip Ride Rocket and other things. And then what makes Halloween Horror Nights special, of course, is that they hold the houses in their sound stages, so they have a lot of room to work with and they can make some really cool sets. Well, if you ever wondered how the train got to Diagon Alley from Islands of Adventure, there you go. This is the track for it. Kind of weird that it goes backwards, but that's how it's done. But yeah, this is the usual look of a Halloween Horror Nights line. Bunch of kettle pins. And with that, the rope has dropped. I don't know if that's for Insidious or Ghostbusters, but we're moving. Well, almost there. We're underneath this cover now, so not in the sun at least. I will see you guys when I'm on the other side. Alright, just got done with Insidious, and that was scary. There were a lot of scares in there, very dark, very ominous. The set design there, incredible. It was insane. Now I also will say with Halloween Horror Nights is that you go through as a conga line, so sometimes you can see scares ahead of you, but something did get me still. So, big props to that. I think my plan of attack now as I continue this like backstage walk through the park is to actually hit Ghostbusters, since that's another popular one. And we're at approximately like 5:50, so still before the event starts. So yeah, next up is Ghostbusters, and we're going through the race through Jimmy Fallon queue. Better than actually riding it, probably. I will say the pro with this house is it's the only movie I've seen out of all the houses here that are based on IP. I saw it in theaters in March, so maybe I'll get some of the references. But I'll let you know what I think when I'm done.
I was frozen today!
Alright, out of Ghostbusters, that was another fun house. Now that I knew the plot of the movie, I could spot a lot of the scenes they were trying to replicate, and there were some, again, great costumes, great sets. I feel like that's gonna be like in a lot of these houses. Plus the scares are good. I like all the houses so far. 2 down and they're both great. Now you can already see the scare zones are starting to be active, but we'll explore those later when it's dark out and more is going on. Instead, we're actually gonna go into this house, Triplets of Terror. So this is the first original IP house we're doing tonight. And really short wait, so why not get it done now? They're doing a cash change right now, right before we're about to go in. That's fun.
Triplets born, the throne awaits.
All done with Triplets of Terror, and I think that so far is the weakest one I've done. Again, the set design and everything like that
is great, but I think just the flow of the house was also a little short. Maybe because it was like sharing space with Insidious, and that was freaking long. But I mean, that being the weakest house out of the 3 is still like a really good house here.
Good thing I did Ghostbusters because that definitely looks to be one that people are swarming to. Honestly, with Major Sweets Candy Factory's queue being within Supercharged, that might be the scariest part of this maze. Depending on what Universal does with this ride, this might be the only time I ever step foot in the main queue, since last time I was just in the single rider. I would imagine this car here costs more than to make the actual ride.
Loser candy!
Yeah, another fun one. I think I was definitely better than the Triplets of Terror, but still not as good as the other IP ones. It was sort of a mixture between a circus house and like Ghost in the Machine. Weird like comparison, but that's what that was. I think what I'm gonna do now though is get food because I'm hungry. Oh, hello. Ah. I'm sure I'll see him again.
So I'm at this booth near Mel's Die-In. I forget the name of it, but I'm gonna be trying the final column pinchos. See how that tastes. I actually decided to change my mind last minute and got the pork carniceria, which has like pork, a tortilla, mole sauce, rice, I believe. Looks good. So give that a try. Hopefully I made the right decision. I don't know what they're doing over there. It looks like either photography, video, I don't know. Honest to God, I think they're shooting some sort of promo over there because they look scared and stuff. And now they're walking along. Oh, that is like definitely a commercial. And they're back at it.
Well, I was happy I could provide you with some entertainment during dinner time, but the food itself, pretty good. It's an acquired taste, I'd say, so maybe not everyone will like it, but if you like pork and mole sauce, works well together.
So because I just had what I assume to be Latin food, I think I should do the Latin house. Monstrous, the monsters of Latin America. Only a 35-minute wait, so not too bad. I feel like also they're overestimating the time, so if it's 35, maybe it's like 20, 25-ish. So yeah, hopefully this is another good house. And this line sends you all around the backside of Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket Station, so might be able to get a good shot of the drop here.
I think my statement just went from good to bad because now we're inside the giant studio thing and that's where the rest of this queue is. At least it's air conditioned, but not as exciting as Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket.
I also feel that it's a missed opportunity to not have something up here as like a display or a screen.
Get it, girl. Get it, girl.
Oh my god. I owe an apology to Monsteros. I'm sorry, I still can't pronounce the name. I don't care. That was amazing. I got so many scares on that. I would say that's either number 2 right behind Insidious or literally number 1. I was so surprised by that house. Wow.
Now I was gonna hop into a Quiet Places line, which is right here, but it looks very long. So I think what I'm gonna do is get some night rides on Rip Ride Rocket, since I don't think I've ever done that before.
Those were 3 fun rides on Hollywood Rip Ride Rocket. I'm pointing, but the sign's right there. First song I did was For Whom the Bell Tolls. Second one, Know Your Enemy. And third was Paranoid. So I kind of wanted some rock songs because of the whole HHN thing, and it was a lot of fun. That third ride though, it was drizzling a little bit and one hit my eye as I was going straight up.
So this scare zone up here, which also stretches into Hollywood, consists of this giant thing, which we'll get on the way out of Horror Nights, along with a bunch of chainsaws. Like you can probably hear them. Yep, they're out and about. Whoa. He didn't even rip the chainsaw.
So not too big of a scare zone there, but you know, kind of gets you in the right attitude for the event. But this next one here looks very interesting.
I just love how they lit up all of Hollywood with this like blue smoke. It's really cool looking. Oh, getting swarmed. Woo.
scare zone, you have the well-established Mel's Die-In. Very clever pun there, Universal.
Following the loop, the next scare zone is the one that's in Central Park, and if you remember, this is the one that I saw when I was eating over there. Unfortunately, it looks like they're actually going in right now due to the drizzle that's happening. But I'll still show off the cool scenery that's present throughout this area. And who knows, maybe I'll come back and show it again. Well, anyway, we're heading towards the next maze, which is right next to the Simpsons ride, the museum, Deadway Exhibits. Now, I'm not sure what to expect because that last one really surprised me. So, if this is literally just wax figures coming to life, I'd be down. I think the maze is literally right there, and I'll give them credit similar to Major Sweeps, that there's like a mini facade in front of an obvious tent.
That belongs in a museum. So do you.
Finished the museum. There it is somewhere. That was a disappointing one, unfortunately. I did not get scared once. I don't know, that might be the worst of the day, even worse than Trip Books, unfortunately. I think I'm gonna ride Men in Black and then see, I think there's 2 mazes over here, maybe do one of them. After I first rode this in January, even to now, it became one of my all-time favorite shooting rides, so I'm wondering if it's gonna hold up again.
Let me see you just bounce it with me, just bounce with me.
You know, I thought I was playing my favorite, like, shooting amusement park ride, but I forgot about everything, except for the score, 73,025, which I can't remember my last score, but I think that's okay. I'm gonna take a little break from just the normal haunted houses, but still do HHN stuff by watching Nightmare Fuel Nocturnal Circus. I've actually heard really good things about this show, and I don't really know too much about it, so I'm going in blind. They dropped the rope. Let's see how wild it is. Get in the seat. I'll show you the stage, but I unfortunately can't record the show, so I'll check in once it's done.
I love the circus.
Well, Jesus Christ, that was one of the craziest shows I've ever seen. Alright, I'm guessing you can hear me now. That show is basically a souped up, like, Dead Man's Party with a lot more sex and fire. That's the best way I could describe it, honestly. Since we're right here, we're also gonna hit Goblin's Feast because that is one of the ones that I've been eager to do. I have to think about it a bit more. This is probably gonna be my last house of the night, only because, you know, I have a networking event tomorrow. I gotta actually look nice tomorrow and not be in an already, like, iffy post-HHN state. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to miss Slaughter Cinema too, and a few other mazes, but I got a lot done in terms of houses here. And you know what? I feel like I did everything I wanted. Now that being said, before the video ends, I am gonna bring you through the scare zones that I didn't bring you through before, along with getting a ride on Mummy because I like Mummy. Not sure why this walk to Goblin's Feast is so long, but this is the back of the Men in Black show building if you're ever interested. In fact, this path is so long, they have bathrooms right here in a trailer. But you can see a bit of Slaughter Cinema over there with the movie theater screen. It's cool, but that's okay. And look, another house facade. At least it's better than Eternal Bloodlines over there, which is like, not even a poster.
Hello, I'm Mr. Frog.
Hey, get out now.
That was definitely an interesting one. I would say middle of the pack. It was a good attempt by the Universal creative team. And there was one scare that got me good. So, good job. So after I'm done with this long walk back to like the main park, I'm gonna do what I said before. So just look at the rest of the scare zones, ride Mummy, and then head out because I'm tired. So in Diagon Alley, they actually have, oh Jesus, look at who's peeping out there. Oh, they closed the blinds. Something they do in Diagon Alley, which is actually open during Halloween Horror Nights, they have Death Eaters. So we're gonna see if we can find any in here. I'm sure there's like a few around we could talk to. It's actually really empty in here during HHN. So if you really want to explore this land, this is a good time to do it. Doesn't look like there's any Death Eaters to be found, unfortunately. But there is one big dragon up there. So instead, we're gonna keep trucking along into the Blumhouse scare zone over here. I had the baby guy from Happy Death Day give me the eyes. I think we're friends. We
got the grabber over here from the Black Phone, which is a horror movie. Don't steal me. And then our last scare zone is here, right in front of Mummy. And I love the look of it. It's like a torture fair. I think that might be the name, maybe not. I don't know.
One day that will be best. Just say it all. Say it all. Let it ring, let it ring.
All right, let's go get that mummy.
I guess it makes sense to do a horror-themed coaster as your last ride of HHN, and that was fun. A little more rattly than I remembered it, but I didn't remember the airtime as well when you like reached the apex of that hill. It was a lot of fun. Almost got a Zen ride too. That would have been amazing if I did.
But before we walk out, I'm taking a quick look actually in the tribute store. This is something Universal does where they like really theme up a store, and in terms of HHN, they have a bunch of Halloween Horror Nights props and goods for sale. Although I'm not purchasing anything in there only because I don't want like 2024 on it. It's just not my thing. If there was like a normal Halloween Horror Nights, I'd consider it. So with everything now complete, let's head out of the park and share my overall thoughts on my first ever HHN. And there you go, that is the end of my first ever visit to Halloween Horror Nights. And you know what? I had a really good time. I know most people would consider this to be either their favorite Halloween event or up there as one of their favorites. And I think I'm in the latter. It's one of my favorite Halloween events I've done, just from that one night. The houses are fantastic, so well created. Well, the costume sets, everything, and good scares. And there's just so many. There are 10 haunted houses in total. I think I got 7, and that already felt like a lot. Plus, all the scare zones were fun. I think I covered them all. And yeah, it was just a great atmosphere. So I'd love to come back to Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know how long it's gonna take me to come back, only because it took me so long to get here in the first place. But it is an event I'd be willing to go back to. I'll be honest, if I'm coming back to Universal Orlando Resort, I'm going to Islands over there first. But with that being said, it is 1:45 right now, and I'm extremely tired, so I'm gonna head back to the hotel now.